NTA Kabba. I am your host of Omo Okun of the Week, Victoria Yahaya Okpale. Okuland is endowed with high-profile, illustrious sons and daughters, and this brought about the motivation for Omo Okun of the Week. And this week of Omo Okun of the Week, I have a high-profile personality, an illustrious daughter who has marked his footsteps. Today on the program, I have the privilege to bring to you Dr Mrs Jaiyeola Bolanle, Director Principal, Federal Government Girls College, Kabba. Welcome on the program.
Thank you.
Nice to have you.
Thanks
for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So we are going to start from, who is Dr Mrs Jaiyeola?
Like you have said, my name is Bolanle Olufunmilayo Jaiyeola. Jaiyeola came in by marriage. My maiden name was Omo Chief Omotesho was from Iyamoye. He's late now. And my mom, Bosede, Christiana Bosede Omotesho, is from Ogbe. All for that's in Yagba. I was born in the early 1960s. And then my parents were in Kaduna. So I was born in Kaduna because my parents were working with the northern government then. You know, the Okun people were part of the north at that period of Nigeria. So I was born as a northerner in Kaduna in 1963 and grew up there. So Bolanle Jaiyeola is from Iyamoye and married to Miss Chief Jaiyeola.
Wow, that's a great one. So what was growing up like, childhood experience while you were growing up?
Very interesting, because my dad was a sole administrator, and it was like his job involved moving him around a lot. I don't know, he was always on transfer. So after my early childhood in Kaduna, I knew we moved to Lafia. From Lafia to, there was a time we were in Makurdi. I was in Makurdi. That was in 1967. That was when the Civil War started. So we were in the heat of the Civil War because Makurdi was targeted then. So I knew what war meant then as a baby. But I think I was about 4 years old then when the Civil War started. And then from Makurdi and later on there was creation of states. My dad had to come to Ilorin, Kwara State. And Kwara was so large then, it consisted of all the Kwara that you have now, along with part of Kogi State. Even with all the Kogi states were under Kwara then. The Okun, the Igala. So my dad worked in Ampa, Ida, Ofa, and sometimes he was in Lafiaji back in Ilorin, and then that means while he was being transferred, that means I schooled in many places. Until I got to secondary school when I had to go to the boarding house. So it involved moving with him because the sole administrator, I don't know why they transferred him so often, but he was the head of, I think they had local government, and the sole administrator used to be the head of the local government then.
That's an interesting one.
Very interesting.
I hope with all this movement from one place to the other, you're able to speak the languages.
At least I pick, if you see, why even in Okene, did I leave out Okene?
Oh.
We were in Okene too. So if you speak, at least I can pick few words of all this.
What about the Hausa?
I understand Hausa,
Okay, that's
but you know that as a sole administrator, you don't live among the people. Our houses were always far away in the bush, because you know, Europeans used to be the sole administrators, and they lived in the government reservation area. So you don't have opportunity to interact with other children. Maybe I would have been able to pick more of the language. But if you speak Hausa, at least I am comfortable with Hausa. If you speak Igbo, I can pick few words. If you speak Igala, I'll pick few words. And then the Yoruba part, I think I am comfortable.
Okay. That's a good one. And it's interesting childhood experience. I love that. I love adventures.
Yes, very adventurous.
That's a good one.
And it helps you to have a broad mind.
Exactly. And traveling is part of education. So you learn more about the people, you learn more about the different cultural values and life. So what was your educational life like from that secondary school when you were able to be in the boarding school?
My moving around, when my daddy was in Offa, I think I fell in love with the school. I did some years in St. Mark Primary School, and I fell in love with St. Clair's Grammar School. That was the best school in Kwara State then, girls' school. So by the time I did my common entrance, it was either Queen's School Ilorin or St. Clair's Grammar School Offa, and I picked St. Clair's Grammar School. That's where I had my secondary education. But later on, I still had to come back to Queen's School. I spent a year in Queen's School before I did my A-levels in the Kwara Basic School of Kwara Tech then. So it was interesting.
Okay, from there?
From there, after my A-levels, it was to Uni Ilorin.
Wow.
Uni Ilorin in 1981. Uni Ilorin graduated 1984, and then youth service.
Wow.
I got married that same year, and after I started work, I had to go back for because I did just single honors. We didn't like to be teachers then, so we didn't do education.
I wanted to ask what course in Uni Ilorin. That's what I wanted to ask. What course in Uni Ilorin?
I did English, BA English.
Wow.
So, and it was just BA, not education. So immediately after my service, I took up teaching. So
the same teaching you were running from?
Teaching was never attractive. We felt it was old people.
You didn't want your reward to be in heaven?
No, we didn't appreciate teaching. And we felt it's old people that are in that faculty. You don't want to be one of them. Even when the government made it attractive then, they used to give bursary. But that never attracted us to education. But it's later dawned on me after my graduation, and I started teaching, that I had to go back for my diploma in education. And I still went back to Uni Ilorin for the diploma in education. And that was in 1987. 87, did it as sandwich course for 2 years and graduated 89. And immediately I started my master's there in guidance and counseling. And graduated in 1991. I was already teaching with the school, Kwara State School Management Board. That was where I started my work. So I was teaching.
That's a good one. So when did you get into the federal ministry now?
Okay, I was with federal. I was in Kwara State Education Management Board. I started working in Ijomo Oro. Ijomo Oro was in the outskirts of Ilorin. You know, you have to travel a little bit. And my husband was in Ilorin, and we had to seek for transfer after working for some time in Ijomo Oro. and the place closest to Ilorin where I could be posted was Shao. At least going to Shao, you can go to Shao and come back home from Ilorin. So I started working in Awonga High School, Shao, and I was there from 1987 till 1991 when state was created.
Again.
Kogi State was created, and we had to come back to Kogi. I'm from Kogi State. So I left Kwara and came to Kogi in 1991 and then resumed work in Titcombe College, Egbe. So I taught in Titcombe College, Egbe, up to 1995. 1995 was when I transferred my service. All this while my husband was already in Lagos. So that really attracted me to leave Kogi to join my husband in Lagos. That was when I transferred my service to Federal Civil Service. I was already on level 10 then. So it was easy to join the Federal Service.
Wow. What an interesting journey.
Yes.
Is it an interesting one?
Very interesting.
So now you are going to tell us how you met your husband.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear the story.
Very interesting.
And I'm sure the viewers want to hear.
Oh, okay. Very interesting.
Okay.
I told you I finished my A-levels in basic school. I never, my husband also attended, but I didn't know him then.
Okay.
But I resumed in Unilorin in 1981. Okay. And lessons have started by the time I got there. And courses were already going on. So I had one of my notes with me, and somebody walked up to me and wanted handout.
Handout?
I wanted to borrow handout.
Okay.
That's how we met. I didn't know if he had any ulterior motives.
You didn't ask him all these years? You didn't ask him all these years whether it was actually
he
the
must have had some other ulterior, but it was handout he came for. We were together in Unilorin.
Wow.
He studied geography while I studied English. So it was handout that brought us together. he had his minor as English. Okay. So we were attending the same course in 200 level. And that's how we got to meet. Okay. And then we were together.
How was the courtship like? How long?
I just was all along. Okay. Our course for 3 years. Okay. And by the time we left, during we got married during the service year.
Wow. Both of you were serving?
Yes.
Wonderful. This was an interesting one. Were you able to serve in the same place?
We later moved together. Wow. I was posted to Edo State. Okay. That was I had my orientation in Auchi. Okay. He was posted to Kano State. And then we were about to get married. So when I was in Auchi, I got redeployment to join him in Kano.
Better.
I went to Kano to meet him, but we saw that Kano was not too conducive. And then we got redeployment back to Kwara State.
This is an interesting story of two lovebirds. The movement itself. It's like just they seem to be moving from.
Yes.
Do you love adventures of traveling?
Yeah, I do.
Are you so obvious?
I do.
Your story is so obvious. So what's the family life like?
Oh, very interesting. Yeah, thank God. We got married November 3rd, 1984. Okay. Well, after some time, we were blessed with two beautiful
that's
kids.
What I was here. That's wonderful.
They were both girls.
Wow. Princesses, queen. That's a good one. So wonderful angels. You are blessed.
We are blessed.
You're so lucky. So from this growth now, from this experience, you say, who are your friends or your closest friends that you've held on to all these years and you're still together? Do you have anyone?
I have friends.
Okay. That you're still in touch with?
But I still keep in touch. Well, okay. Maybe it might be on the social media, it might be on the phone.
Wow.
Yeah, but you keep in touch with your friends.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's good. So, what do you have to say about your movement now, and what you've learned in the course of this traveling from one place to the other, both during school and in your research?
Traveling, meeting minded.
Okay.
Maybe things that some people hold on to.
Okay.
Might not easily bother you.
Okay.
Things that you just have, you have this attitude because you have been exposed to so many things, and what should easily disturb you may not disturb you like others, because you have seen and experienced so many things. Like you are in Nigeria, and it makes you a true Nigerian.
Exactly.
Why? Because you stop seeing people from the ethnic point of view.
Okay.
Like I would say I'm the tribalite.
Wow.
Because I can mix with other people.
Okay.
You can you are friends. You ask me of friends. Most I'll say one of my friends is a very good Muslim.
Wow.
You're moving around with people, and even the school you attend makes a lot of difference. When we were in secondary school, we had Muslims in Christian schools, and we were very close friends. So I would say one of my closest friends is a Muslim. And we are good. That's what makes Nigeria unlike what you have nowadays, where people start working on the lines of religion, and you have so many types of conflicts because of tribe or religion. Back then, in St. Clair's was a Christian school, but we had many Muslims, and they even offer CRS. Wow. Nobody looks or raise any eyebrow. Some of them studied religious knowledge, Christian religious knowledge in the university, and they were Muslims.
Wow. That's a good one. Thank you very much. So what's your best color now? Yeah.
I love colors. Anything good.
All colors are
All
good.
colors.
All colors are good. So what should be your favorite? All colors are good. Okay.
Anything good.
Okay.
It could be white, it could be pink.
So you don't have any specific
No,
that's good. You're not like most ladies that will tell you their favorite color is pink. Either
no,
pink or blue. What about best food now?
Food.
Food.
I would say I think I'm more of rice person.
Oh, that's good. That's good. What about music now? Do you have favorite?
I have music. Most of the religious songs. There's one trending now that I really like.
Which is?
See the way you love me.
Okay.
See the way you care for me.
Okay.
You carry my matter for your head, though.
That's good. You don't really love the song, but you know how to sing it. That's a good one. So, can you dance?
I can
From your story now, it's quite an interesting one. But you don't look it. So what's the secret? You look much younger.
Do I?
Seriously? So what's the secret? Because someone like me, and I'm sure our viewers want to know.
I just say mine. I can mix with people, and let me tell you that my course has also given me a good disposition, because I said I did my master's in guidance and counseling. As a counselor, you are a psychologist, so you should be able to handle that. As a counselor, you are supposed to help people, so helping people should also make you have good disposition, and that's is still in the same course that I've just had my PhD.
Wow.
So I'm a problem solver.
Wow.
So if you're a problem solver, you should be you should reflect on your life too.
So I was thinking, it's all this gym life, eating habits, sleeping habits.
You do that, but you should have peace of mind too.
Okay.
The way all that because of your mindset.
Okay.
It's your mindset that will make you go to the gym.
Okay.
It's your mindset that will make you go for a walk.
Okay.
You check your eating habits and things like that.
Okay. So I'm still learning, because I want to be like you. It's such an interesting one. Please, can you tell us more about this your current job now? Because I've seen lots of development, lots of achievement. What is it like since you got it? Tell us more about this.
I'll tell you that I transferred my service to Federal Ministry in 1995, and I was in Queen's College, Lagos, for over 13 years.
Wow.
Before I was posted out as a vice principal in 2008. I was posted out of Lagos to Kefi as a vice principal. So from Kefi, I was moved to New Busa, Federal Government Girls College, New Busa. And from New Busa, I was moved to Federal Government Girls College, Yola. Seeing the track of my movement, you know that I have worked with girls longer than with boys. So it may coming here, I'm still in my comfort zone. And talking of being posted as a VP, I was a VP for almost 13 years or more. So that you can see that I have gathered a wealth of experience. I worked with principals, and I've seen things I can do in a school. By the time I became a principal, God made it easy. I would think that is what is reflecting in the environment that you have seen now. That I know what a good school should be, and I'm trying to make where I am look like one too.
You've achieved so much in your career, and you've been honored with several awards. Please, can you tell us about some of the awards?
Okay. I think the first award I received was from the Northern Students Forum, back then in Yola.
Okay.
The Northern students gave me an award as the principal of FGGC Yola. I said most proactive principal in the North-East Zone. Okay, after that was from the African Update magazine, and several others. The African Brands group too gave me an award recently.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a directorship.
Thank you.
And also the PhD.
Thank you.
Should I say this is double honor?
It is
I
really. Didn't you hear my song? See the way you love me. At the beginning of the year, I told God, because I started my PhD in 2000 and I think we resumed 2016. But it was supposed to be 2015-2016 academic year. So we started the main course. And thank God I finished the coursework before I was transferred to Yola. So I've been on it, working on my thesis. and it was very tedious and interesting. But thank God. So at the beginning of the year, I told God, please, and the directorship, I've done it for how many times now?
Wow.
You know, it's difficult to become a director. We are many.
Really.
And
So,
I'm so grateful.
thank God for that. Congratulations. Yeah. So in all these phases and experiences, now what has been your motivating factor?
One, my parents.
Okay.
My parents, my siblings.
Wow.
My dad is from Iyamoye, and people will say he was the first graduate.
Wow.
In that. He went to Farah Bay College.
Wow.
That's where he did his degree.
Wow.
So I have an example. My brothers, I have two brothers, elder brothers.
Wow. So you
Two elder brothers. Two elder brothers.
Okay.
Myself and three other siblings.
Wow.
One brother and two sisters.
Wow.
And we were six. We are six.
Okay.
3 boys, 3 girls.
Okay.
And all of them are professionals.
Wow.
I have a professor,
Wow.
lawyer. My other sisters, younger sisters, all have their PhD.
Wow.
So I was left alone.
Wow.
But I have always
wow. What an interesting family. Wonderful one.
I've always had it in mind that I must have my PhD as
wow.
well. Because when I was in Lagos, I used to tell a friend in my department that I will still go for my PhD. I even tried. It was my posting out of Lagos that disturbed me then. So that's why I had to go back to uni in Lorry. I would have done it somewhere else, but children were growing up, and when you know there's a time in your life when you have to face your family, that one really disturbed me. I finished my master's 1991 and started my PhD in 2000. So you can you can see the length of time. So, but my other siblings, my parents were my motivating. I was challenged.
Wow. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. So what's your advice now to the upcoming generation?
My advice is they can make it.
Okay.
And that's what I tell my girls.
Okay.
One, there are so many things that distract children nowadays. It's not as if we too didn't experience it when we were in school, but now things are more critical and more terrible than we used to see. Because the situation, you can see even the country, things have really changed. But we should also tell them that things can be better, so that they don't grow up thinking that Nigeria used to be this way all along. So the values we have learned over the years is what I'm trying to inculcate in them. One, that you can attend school and not engage in exam malpractice. Once you don't do that, you have that confidence to go on in life. Because if you cheat now, how long will you continue cheating? And you hear lecturers from the university complaining about students who have all A1s all through, and then they get there, they can't defend what, there's no basis, no good foundation to go on, to build on when they're in. So I tell them, life, anything in life needs hard work. For you to achieve, you have to put in your best. You have to sweat to get it. Nothing good in life comes easy. So you have to put in your best. And with God's help, now God is the creator. He created us. And He has a plan for each and every one of us. So the earlier we key into that God factor, makes everything easy. And that's what I'm trying to inculcate in the girls, that they should shun all vices, face their studies, and things will become easy.
So much for coming on the program. We'll be speaking with Dr Mrs Jaiyeola Bolanle, the Director, Principal, Federal Government Girls College. It has been an interesting one. I've learned so many things from this, and I hope you've learned too. So what's your final words to our viewers now before we go on the program?
And I'll say life is good. Live your life the way you want others to treat you. Relate with others in peace and think of God. Let God guide you in whatever you are doing. Because with God's guidance, there will be less trouble in the country and we'll be able to move Nigeria forward. Nigeria is our home and we should all enjoy it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. I'm your host, Victoria Yahaya Okpale. Thank you for staying with us. Have a nice day.